Hi Aries, welcome to your May 2022 General Tarot reading. It's Serena here. There's that card again. This deck has a couple of extra cards, so I'm seriously thinking of taking them out of the deck just because they're just, I don't know. It's not kosher, right? I don't know. I like this deck, it's just that, whatever. Oh, I like that Hermit card in this deck. The heart of the matter is the Seven of Swords. You can feel like love is something that is a little bit tricky right now. Maybe let me bring in the past position. In the past position, we have the Empress, and this is a card, the Earth Mother. The card associated with motherhood, but also love and abundance in general, creativity. So that's birthing that type of baby. But there's something with the Seven of Swords that is kind of standoffish from all of that. So if something started out really good and now it's kind of like taking your ball and going home. Or there's deception from that other person. The other person isn't being straightforward. After you have all this very domesticated energy, just this love bond, or you thought you did, what's going on? Why is that happening? The Seven of Swords can be theft. So I would say creative theft, intellectual theft, where you have a creative idea and somebody else takes it. The higher message is the Morning card, meaning that there is a new chapter to be written in your life, maybe about this situation. So maybe you have like a history with certain aspects of the situation, and it feels like there's only so much you can do, but maybe you haven't thought of some other thing. And, sometimes I think with the Empress, if it is a love relationship and if you have a child with somebody, you may feel like you're in too deep. And it may feel very challenging, the Seven of Swords, if this is something where you feel that that person is not being straight with you, that causes its own stress. That causes its own conflict. But in addition to that, you may feel this desire to really pull yourself away from the environment that you feel like you can't trust what is going on. So it makes it hard to really commit or to invest your energy into that situation. And maybe it is the right thing to do, to kind of take a breather, to go into your own space. They call it taking space. So the Seven of Swords can be going on your own for a bit because you don't know what's going on and you want to preserve your sanity. What crosses you is the Three of Swords. It's really interesting in this deck, which is called the Cosmic Slumber deck, tarot deck, that the Three of Swords in this deck, the way it's depicted, almost reminds me of the Ten of Swords, which is that betrayal. Look at that one sword in the middle that's like clean in that person's back, being stabbed in the back. But the Three of Swords isn't so much deception or betrayal. It's a sense of rejection, a sense of not feeling loved. And it can be a lover's triangle. So you may think that, it's very interesting. An Aries person typically there's even a female, a female Aries who, let's say, is a mother, like the Empress. You're going to have some of that masculine energy where you may be very independent, but maybe you have the moon in a water sign like Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and you have more of that feminine energy, or maybe it's in Taurus, or maybe, something that's much more romantic. Maybe your Mars is in Cancer, or your Venus, and you're much more emotional and sentimental in relationships, sensitive, because sometimes Aries people are accused of being insensitive. Then this can be a lot more difficult to just kind of exit that situation. It may make you cling even more because you feel like you have, well, yeah, especially with Aries, that competitive energy, you might feel like you have to win, that you can't walk away with your tail between your legs. You're not going to let anybody else, kind of prevail. And yet, love isn't the same thing as a career move. So if this is a lover's triangle, if there's something going on and you step back and you let that person, you're like, okay, you can be with that other person, and you're not even going to dignify it with any kind of a fight. That immediately de-escalates it, and it also detaches you. So don't get caught up in all the drama of the details. You take your own space, like the Seven of Swords. You decide how you're going to handle it, and don't worry about what somebody else does. What's coming in is the Princess of Swords, which is actually the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords can give some sort of new way of looking at the situation that you're dealing with. And that can bring liberation, because maybe you've been really just thinking about a situation in a single way, and it's not how it is. The other thing that could be going on here is that you may be feeling that righteous indignation or righteous anger, and that can be your greatest weapon, in the sense that it can cause you to make decisions that benefit you, Aries. Because when you find yourself in a situation like the Three of Swords that is very negative as it pertains to a relationship, it can be that you ignored the warning signs. And you may now be like, how did this happen? But if you're honest with yourself, you may say, well, yeah, I realize now that something wasn't quite right. And it's almost like allowing you to gain that sense of understanding, so that you can make the best decisions for your future. And the outcome is the Hermit. This is a card of soul searching. It's interesting that they have Saturn as the planet that is guiding this person, because Saturn is connected to order and discipline. Actually, the Hermit is connected to Virgo for whatever reason. But the idea of soul searching, I could see the Saturn, because the lessons, the cosmic lessons that a person has to learn, these things can be very hard lessons to learn, but necessary lessons. This is about solitude. This is about meditation and contemplation. And the Seven of Swords, and Seven has that similar theme of reflection and maybe solitude. So don't be afraid to do something which is un-Aries of you and be more, go within rather than without. You know, be more yin than yang, and you will be able to pass the test of Saturn. I'm just going by that card, but pass the test, and also, transcend the kind of chaotic nature that life sometimes gives us, where things are happening that we don't want, unwanted things happening, because you can very easily transcend that and be a lot happier. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm primarily an astrologer. I'm promoting my double readings, which are at a special price. Double astrology readings, astrology plus the tarot. You can find out more information at the link below. Take care. Bye.